Hey, how's everybody doing? I'm speaking to you from the point of view of a parent today, I think, and a teacher, okay, but not as a worried consumer or anyone who's listening to the news much. I'm just coming from the point of view of reality. Have you prepared your child for the return to school? Have you? Because it's going to be more than just getting them into their uniform, packing them into the car, dropping them off at the gates, and going. We have to get them mentally prepared as well. And we have to really shine up on those skills we believe they have been taking on through homeschooling for the last 3 months. Because, from a parent's point of view, I like to believe, as much as any other parent, that my child has been studying effectively. And when I say effectively, I mean he has been taking in all of the work, retaining it well, actually learning. But that's not reality, is it? It's a lovely belief, and it's one that I will treasure. But I too have had to think about what skills does he need to actually get back into effective learning when he goes back to school. Because rightly or wrongly, teachers and schools won't be resourced well enough to be able to teach them extra. There's pressures there already. There's the development of bubbles of teaching. There's moving classrooms because there's a maximum of say 10 to a bubble. Whereas you used to have 30 in a classroom, now you can have 10. Obviously, there's resource issues there. Have you gone through all of this with your child about what education will now look like? And it's this that has made me have to think carefully. Now, I'm not going to mess with you. I'm going to tell you straight. My child, he's year 4. He will not be going back until September. And he's happy with that. I've discussed it with him, and he actually said, I don't want to go back until then. But he loves school. He learns reasonably well. Does he learn effectively? He's 8 years old. So we developed at JG Educate a course alongside Shady Oaks Primary School and WE School. And this course is a summer study skills course, okay, which brushes the kids up on all of the skills that they've missed over the last 3 months and gets them in the right mindset and ready to move forward whenever they go back. We're running it every 2 weeks, and it lasts 2 weeks from Monday to Friday. During that time, kids will learn note-taking strategies. Excellent for year 10s, excellent for year 12s. Better retention, so they'll know better when they read something to be able to actually recall it because they will have retained more. Exam techniques, year 10, year 12. Goal setting and scheduling of tasks, because I don't know about your children, but having worked in so many primary schools, I know I have seen so many kids saying, I am revising, miss, I am. What did you do to revise? I read my notes. Reading notes can be effective, but only if the notes were taken well in the first place. Let me just hang that there for a minute, because do we actually get the time in our day to be questioning our kids on how well did you take notes today? Or could we prepare them better by providing them with a course in which they learn to take effective notes, and with that learn to do exam as well, learn to know what to look for, the command words, etc. All of those things will be really, really needed and would take some pressure off the teachers as well, which I'm sure they'll be thankful for. As school leadership has said, our teachers will sort this out, don't you worry. with no resources. We owe it to our kids to be able to prepare them for this. From a teacher's point of view, I would be happy if all of my kids came back with their study skills honed and ready to catch up on what they've missed, rather than with their study skills missing and okay to catch up with what they've missed. Really, it's one of those that, it's going to take us working really strongly in partnership with each other to be able to get them through the next couple of years, because at the end of the day, the kids' minds have taken a bit of a knock, from being told you have to go to school to being told you can study well at home. And then it being proved, because so many people have done hit the home study work on the nut, straight on the nose, and done a brilliant job of it. And the kids have started to enjoy it. In fact, a report out yesterday said 60% of people were actually happy to keep studying through a homeschool. Imagine that, 60%. That's quite telling. But I understand at the same point that people like the idea but don't want to do it, in which case you might want to see later on in the year, maybe in a month or so's time, when you hear a bit more about WeSchool, which is designed to solve just that problem. So I've given you a few things to think about. How prepared for the return is your child? Have they got their study skills ready? If not, are they preparing them, from a mindset point of view for the return? Are they prepared? Have you spoken to them about how different it will look? Have you prepared them for how they could get in the right state of mind for the return? Because it won't just be seeing your friends on a daily anymore. You may or you may not, because the bubbles will be in action and the social distancing will be a thing, especially in the secondary schools. I'm not so sure how well it's going to work in a primary school. We'll have to wait and see about that. And I would be very non-committal in supporting it. So that's my little talk for today. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you again soon.